7 to 15 years are the guys who are the movers and shakers in any company. They're the guys who do bulk of the building, right?
Yeah.
What are the red flags you see in these people? You will never hire them.
Okay, that's an interesting question, right? So I think my experience is more in smaller companies and doing like a 0 to 1 in a company, or the 1 to 10 kind of stage, right? So for me, I think a red flag is obviously just anything around integrity, trust. Anyone who sort of shows me through their interview process or let slip that they are okay to take shortcuts, right? That's a very very strong red flag, right? And personally and in general, I think in startups require a lot of attention to detail at that stage, right? That you actually see something through and you actually focus and make sure that the small thing also gets done. Somebody who is a bit up there in terms of, okay, seems to have done big things, but during the interview or through their experience doesn't give the sense of knowing every like dot and T in the whole thing. That is also a red flag for me. I would say these two things are like two important things. Yeah.
So, and now I want to come back to this, upskilling, reskilling thing. Okay. So there is a lot of fad in the internet, with these YouTube guys who are themselves, not tech gurus or anybody. They come and tell you, go and learn it in Upgrade, an academy, great learning, this, that, and all. And then they say, you get a course and then you get a job and all of that. And I believe from a hiring perspective, with all the hiring managers and the CXOs that I've worked with, they would much rather prefer a 5-year experience guy than a 5-year PhD.
Okay.
So somebody who has done it, been there, done that kind of a thing. So do you really believe that somebody by, as in what they usually do, I'll tell you, because of the integrity issue you're talking about, they go and, they're stuck in the middle management, the salary is not growing. They go and do an executive course or something in one of the institutes on data science or AI or something, and then doctor their entire resume like they have been an AI specialist since 1995 or something, and then put it all up there and then try and seek jobs, and that's what these institutes also prefer. So what are do you prefer people who are like some external agency certified? Does that even matter when you hire?
Got it. So I think I'll speak to more hiring younger people, right? Because again, our average age would be like 23, 24, 25, right? And so I wouldn't think we've hired too many people at that 7 to 15 years. They'd already be leaders because those are the kind of people who join early stage companies. So when you're looking to hire somebody with that 1 year, 2 year kind of experience, right? I've had actually one positive experience, which is sort of in the upgrade space but slightly different, who train people for 4 months who have just graduated and sort of get them to somebody who can potentially deploy code, right? We have actually had a great experience with that kind of setup. So I think again it matters on what that course content is and what's being done during that course. Also, the interview process for again smaller companies, you actually sit down and watch that person code. You give him analytics assignments, data science. You make him do it, like sit in the office for a few hours and do it. So at least know that it's not like a bunch of buzzwords on the resume, but the person actually knows how to do what he's saying he knows how to do. But wherever we've used this, literally that's the only time we have used this, we've had actually a positive experience.
Okay, got it. And Jayesh,
my view is certifications could give you an entry or probably a starting point, but they cannot, like in many organizations, especially as you said, right, mid-career, if you have certain certifications, then many organizations kindly use that as a benchmark to say maybe this person knows about this area better than some of the people who don't have the certification. I don't necessarily agree with that. I feel they could give you an entry. They could be a starting point to say maybe the person has the skills. And they need to be validated during the hiring process, right? So some hands-on exercises, some, as Anand said, coding exercises where you see how the person really thinks about it, right? Some of the, if you give them a business challenge, and so how do they derive the actual work to be done to address the business challenge they're thinking, all those aspects matter much more than the specific certifications.